Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm reviewing the issue 1 of the new Ninth Doctor ongoing adventure series, which basically means that this series of comics will probably span for 15 issues through like 15 months. Don't worry, that doesn't mean that it's just one big massive story arc or story. In that respect, it's X amount of stories, and that, I think this first one's 3 issues long, this first sort of story we've been given, and it's because the 5-part miniseries that they did prior to this release was so successful. The writer was like, okay, well, we're going to be doing a monthly release of the Ninth Doctor issues, which I'm ecstatic about, and I would go so far to say it's fantastic. You know why? Because I adore Christopher Eccleston's Doctor, and he, for me, is, he's not my number 1 Doctor, but he's definitely someone who holds a dear place in my heart, because he introduced me to Doctor Who. He was my first Doctor. So yeah, we've got this really nice artistic sort of cover with Christopher Eccleston's Doctor gripping the sonic screwdriver, sort of pointing it at us, the reader. Issue 1, the barcode seems to be on this side, the right-hand side, instead of the left, which it usually is, which is a bit weird. Titan Comics, and then cover A and who it's done by, and then the Doctor Who logo there. Ongoing adventures of the Ninth Doctor. Whereas usually I think there it'd say prior, like small series, or just like a mini series or something, I think it'd say something different instead of ongoing adventures with the Ninth Doctor. Still of the Ninth Doctor there, the Doctor Who logo, and the writers and the artist and stuff. Here we've got a bio on the Ninth Doctor, Rose Tyler and Captain Jack. We've also got previously even about the previous issue 5 of the mini-series. For those of you who hadn't read that, you can quickly read that, and that catches you up. You've got Titan Comics website, Twitter and Facebook, and then you've got the rest of the comic book. Yeah, I like this panel, and I'll be honest, it does have very much a more sort of, where here we have this sort of very much computer-like generated imagery. Here we have this sort of more, what was I going to say, hand-drawn, sort of artistic, sort of very raw sort of artistic, what was I going to say, art style. It feels very much like quick sketches of the 3 main characters and stuff. I'll be honest though, I do really love one of the panels with Rose's character. Can't quite remember which one it is, so I'll quickly try and find that at some point. Yeah, I think it was one of these. I think it may have been this one, actually. May have been. Oop. That was the cliffhanger then. I didn't want to show you that, but yeah, I think it may have been this one. Like, I think she just looks so amazing, like the hair and the grin and the eyes and stuff, it just looks like Billie Piper. And it's ironic that I've just read this now, because I've just, of this recording, finished sort of, not rewatching Series 1, but rewatching Series 1's audio commentary, as I wasn't aware that it had any audio commentary on the Series 1, so yeah. So that's been pretty fun to listen to, but as I say, I think that illustration of Billie Piper is just superb there, with the grin and the really white teeth, but the lipstick and that, she looks really nice, there and stuff, and just generally, a lot of nice sort of different shots or panels even, like there as well, like the detail on the hair, and again, the eyes, very, sort of less anime-like than, obviously, an anime, like, or a manga, but still very, as detailed as, say, maybe a manga, with the sort of, reflection bit in the eyes. It really looks very realistic, and I think these might be her earrings as well, big hoop earrings she has, and yeah, just the strands of her hair, love the artwork, which is odd because early on, first few panels, like here and that, I didn't quite like it. Because there is a big contrast between this art style and that art style. Although that's only a little panel to represent it, but there is a drastic difference in the art style. But it really grew on me, and I loved the story, actually, quite frankly. I really thought it was simplistic, but it worked. I don't want to ruin the story for you, but yeah, it's definitely a good story in my opinion. And I also thought, I don't know if it was the speed at which I was reading this issue at, or what, but I felt like the pacing of this story was very well done. Like, it didn't feel like it lagged, or that it was too fast-paced, either. I also like the fact that Rose, towards the end, gets this sort of doctor-like, moment where she can sort of investigate without the Doctor, because something's happened to the Doctor. These are some of the variant covers and stuff, and the only one that I really like is this one, as that's got a very reminiscent art style to the five-part miniseries, and I also quite like that one, which just looks nice, really. I'm assuming the... what was I going to say? I'm assuming in the timeline, this is just after Empty Child Doctor Dances, because Rose is still in the sort of Union Jack t-shirt, so I'm assuming that is the case, maybe, but they don't tell you here at all. But also, what's a bit odd is the fact that obviously Captain Jack's not in the same costume as he was in Empty Child Doctor Dances, so I can't quite be... I can't be right, really, I don't know. So, you've got an advertisement for issue 2 of the 4th Doctor, which is apparently coming out in April, which is the month of this recording, so I'm maybe a issue behind on that, which is a bit annoying, but I've got a subscription at the comic shop where I go to, so Narrow Escape, so that'll be good. Just saying, you can get it on digital devices, and if you subscribe, you get 15% off and stuff. Variant covers again. What Titan they're selling, just generally, all of their ranges, not just Doctor Who, but what they sell generally. Variant covers of issue 2 of the 9th Doctor. I think the one that I like the most from this one is actually this one, the sort of photo still. Or the photo version, which is a bit odd. I don't usually like those, but I quite like that one, and I quite like that one. But that's the standard edition one we're getting. And, yeah, this comes out in May, apparently. I turned the page, but that shows you the cliffhanger, so I won't do that. What else? Yeah, there's also this sort of letters page, which is a bit weird, but, yeah, because they had one like this in the last issue of the... Part 5 of the miniseries, just a massive letters page just saying how, ecstatically happy the writer was about how successful the miniseries went, and that's why this ongoing series is a thing now, because obviously, clearly the miniseries was just to gauge whether or not they were going to be successful or not, and they are, which makes sense because, again, clearly both the miniseries and this ongoing series hopefully will continue to develop both the 9th Doctor, Rose, and Captain Jack, which I think is a unfortunately very brief TARDIS team, unfortunately, which is a shame because they only come into place way in Series 1 and then sort of the latter half of Series 1, obviously Rose and Chris, or the 9th Doctor, are there forever, or in all of the series, but obviously Captain Jack doesn't get introduced until Empty Child Doctor Dances, and then obviously the latter half of Series 1, so yeah, that TARDIS team dynamic isn't there until, as I say, the latter half of Series 1, which is a shame, really. And I just adore the fact that Titan Comics have gone that extra mile to develop that, otherwise undeveloped aspect of Doctor Who, which could easily be definitely explored a lot more, which is what I love about these comic books so far, that they are exploring very sort of very interesting and definitely intriguing aspects of the Doctor Who universe. So yeah, definitely a must-have for any big fan of the 9th Doctor. Thanks for watching, comment, rate, and subscribe.